You put the lime in the coconut, you put the lime in the coconut, then you drink it all up. Oh, hi there! What are we talking about? Oh yeah, that apparently small news that people seem to who am I kidding, guys? This blew up the internet like a nuke. Oh, man. So, Spider-Man has returned to Marvel Cinematic Universe. To Marvel. Kinda. But not fully, but he's there. Pete's back home in a sense, and I'm still kinda worried. Now, let me explain that. Am I happy? Oh yeah, I am very happy that Spider-Man finally returned, he's come back home. He's going to be appearing in a future Marvel movie. That was part of the deal between Sony and Marvel, was that he was going to appear there in one of these films. Now, I don't think it'll be Age of Ultron. And Civil War is too far into production to have some scenes with Spider-Man. As much as we'd all like to see Spider-Man in Civil War, I think he'll probably show up. My bet is that he'll show up in Infinity War. He'll show up in either Infinity War Part 1 or Part 2. But it would be cool to see him in at least teased in Civil War. I think that would be cool to see him teased in Civil War. Then we finally see him in Infinity War. That's what I'm betting is going to happen. Unless they do something ridiculous and say that, oh, Spider-Man's an Inhuman. Which I know they won't do, right? Well, that would be as foolish as suddenly saying that Magneto was never Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver's father. And Marvel would never do that, right? Right? Right, Axis? Anyway. So, yes, I am very happy to see this, Spidey back. But here's a few things that just that are brought up, and I was like, wow. Okay, we gotta do this to get him, okay. So apparently, yes, Sony will be doing another Spider-Man movie. It will be another reboot. They will not have Andrew Garfield, which I'm kind of sad about, because I liked Andrew. I'm one of the few people who liked Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I thought he was a ton of a lot better than... Well, Tobey Maguire had his moments, but I think Garfield had a better energy for for Peter. But yeah, we can all agree that as much as I don't vehemently hate Amazing Spider-Man 2 as most people. I think it's an okay film. I think it's a little more coherent than Spider-Man 3. But I can understand the reasons why people don't like Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think it's okay. I think it's an okay film. But yeah, Sony is doing another reboot. They're doing another reboot right after the events of Spider-Man appearing in the Marvel Universe. But the difference being is that this time around, Sony can have Marvel characters show up in his movie. So he could have, Spider-Man could have Captain America and Iron Man and a few other characters show up. I'm just spitballing here. A few Marvel characters can show up in his film, and he can he can pretty much be still part of the Marvel Universe, still under Sony. The other thing is that Sony still has the creative rights to Spider-Man. They're just allowing Spider-Man to be in these Marvel films because, let's face it, the real reason why they're doing this, guys, let's not tiptoe around the subject. The real reason why Sony's doing this is because they have lost a ton of money. They lost a ton of money. And they're hurting. Sony is really hurting in the movie aspect. So I can see why they want to, team up with Marvel because they're making that money. So, yeah. Now Kevin Feige will be producing both the film. Will be executive producer on the next Sony Spider-Man reboot. Which, please God, don't do the origin story again. We know it. If someone out there in the movie theater, one of the 7 people who are out there who still know the Spider-Man movie, Google it. Google it. You can find Wikipedia it. It is, the 7 people who go to the theater like, I don't know Spider-Man's origin. Google it, you fool. So, just please don't make it a reboot again. We know the story. If you really want to do the origin, do what they did in the Incredible Hulk movie from Marvel. Just tell the origin in the opening credits. Just tell the origin in the opening credits, and then boom, you can have Spider-Man. I would even say maybe you could even have Spider-Man not even as a young kid. I would prefer Spider-Man maybe like he's an older Spider-Man. I'd like an older Spider-Man finally. I mean, I have no problem with stories told by a younger Peter Parker, but can we have a story with an older Peter Parker? Please? 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 So, I would like to see that. I would really like to see a Spider-Man movie with an older a Spider-Man movie with an older Spider-Man. Not saying like old man, or middle-aged. How about like a Spider-Man in his like late 20s? Can we get a late 20s Spider-Man? Or mid to late 20s Spider-Man. A Spider-Man that doesn't need to go to school at all. A Spider-Man that has a steady job at the Daily Bugle, all of that. And also, can we get J.K. Simmons back as J. Jonah Jameson? I know he's everywhere as J. Jonah Jameson or a parody of J. Jonah Jameson, but the guy loves being that character, and we all love him as that character. So if you do anything, if you want to bring back anything all the way back to the Tobey Maguire movies, by all means, bring J.K. Simmons back. Because I'm pretty sure he would enjoy nothing more than to scream at people again. Which he did pretty well with Whiplash. But, yeah, so that's the other thing is that, really interested, the other thing I'm worried about is that because Sony still has the creative rights to Spider-Man, they might spoil the hell out of the movie he's in, But I'm also kind of I would like to be surprised. I would really like to be surprised, but I know the internet's going to ruin it for me, so I'm going to try to stay away from internet spoilers and stuff like that. I would just like to be surprised, watch one of the Marvel movies, and then as an after credit scene, you see maybe there's two guys mugging this woman, and then a webline comes out, yanks him back. Webline comes out from the darkness, webs the other guy back, and then the woman gets her purse back, and in the purse is like a little note that says, "From your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man," and then you just hear the thwip, thwip as he's swinging, and a silhouette of Spider-Man as he's web slinging away. That would be a perfect end credit scene right there. Anyway, this is also kind of curious because I'm wondering, can Marvel also do not just Spider-Man but also some of the Marvel the Spider-Man villains? Can we see Green Goblin on the a proper not to say the Green Power Ranger suit, yeah, it was kind of stupid, but on the whole they got most of what Green Goblin was right in the first movie. So I would really like it to I'd really like to see Green Goblin in the Green Goblin costume, the glider, the purple hat, the makeup, the rubber suit and all, the rubber mask and all that. I'd really like to see that finally done in a movie. And with Kevin Feige and the guys at Marvel giving a hand in the next Marvel movie, that could be a possibility. But I would like to save Green Goblin for another movie. Maybe do one we haven't done yet, because we've already done technically Rhino, Green Goblin twice. We've done Electro. How about Kraven the Hunter? How about Kraven the Hunter? How about we've already done Lizard. How about Vulture? How about the Vulture? Or how about the Shocker? Or there's a bunch of Marvel villains that you could do. I mean, it was Spider-Man villains you could do in your first movie. But yeah, don't do the origin again. Just don't. Do it like Spectacular Spider-Man. just talk about how Spider-Man got his origin story, and then say that Spider-Man's been doing this for either a few years, for about a year or so, 2 years. Spider-Man's been doing this for about 2-3 years now. Or you could even say, if you want Spider-Man still young, because I'm pretty sure, excuse me, my voice just nearly died there. If you really want Spider-Man back to being young again, I would say, why not have Spider-Man, if you still want him to be a young guy, if you still want him to be like in high school and all that, how about you have Spider-Man, that he's been Spider-Man for about almost a year, or a few months, at least 6 months at least. He's been Spider-Man for nearly a whole year, and say that he's just now being known by the public, and that you could really bring in the whole thing with the Daily Bugle being like, who is Spider-Man? He's a criminal, a menace. That was my best J.K. Simmons portrayal. Anyway, so all in all, am I excited? Absolutely, that we get to see Spider-Man finally hang out with Cap and Iron Man and Thor and all of them. We finally get to see Spider-Man back where he belongs. Well, technically, and this is we don't know how many times. The other thing I want to bring up is that they only said one movie that Spider-Man can be in. Sony said Spider-Man can be in one Marvel movie, and Marvel can only help out in one movie. So maybe this is just a one-shot deal, but I'm really hoping Sony looks over their plan and see how much money they can make off of this, and be like, okay, maybe we can do more movies together. Maybe you can use Spider-Man more than once. So yeah, really excited to see where this all goes. But you guys tell me, what do you guys think of Spider-Man finally coming back to Marvel Cinematic Studios? Are you guys happy about it? What do you think of Sony still having the creative rights to it? And for the new Spider-Man movie, which is supposed to come out in 2017, yeah, that close, guys. Yeah, that's the next Spider-Man. Apparently, that's the next time Peter's getting another movie from Sony. Again, that may change, but still. Anyway, so curious to know what you guys have to say about this. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this vid, and I will see you guys later.